how to imagine this leave no trace?
Leave no trace is pretty basic. For example, prepare and plan ahead is the first principle. So we're not going out into the wilderness thinking, oh, if it gets rainy, we're going to cut down branches and build a shelter. No, we have a tent with us, so we don't have to harm the trees because we don't need the branches to have a shelter. We bring a tent, So, and the food preparation is the same. We don't need to fish to survive because we have food, but we teach people how to fish in case all the food is lost. If we are traveling through bear country, we teach people how to hang their food between trees or use bear containers. But if we do lose all our food to a bear, then what are the plants that we could eat? What are the berries? How do we fish to get enough energy so we can go back home safely, right? So that's just one principle that you can basically think about every day. Plan and prepare for the next move. And then we have things like pack it in, pack it out. If we are able to bring in plastics that our food is in or whatever, when we have eaten the food and we have this trash, it weighs less. We shouldn't dig it down in a pit in the forest. We should bring it back, right? If I find that, I never used these long johns, I'm not going to just throw them in the woods. I'm going to bring them back because I brought them in with me. So we're always thinking of how to deal with the garbage that we create. Some places you can make a huge fire and burn things on a regular basis. That works well on kayaking expeditions where we find a lot of driftwood, dead and down wood. And in places like a mountaineering expedition, then you're out in the mountains, up high peaks on glaciers and snowfields, you can't make fires. Then you have to carry the garbage with you. Yeah. The biggest impact on nature is our own human feces. So that's a big topic, how to take care of that, where to go to the bathroom. And there are different techniques for that depending on what type of environment you are. I say we have pretty fun classes where we demonstrate, not like actually pulling down the pants, but, we make it as fun and enjoyable as possible, but also teach the actually scientific aspect of it, how feces break down in certain type of earth or dirt or soil compared to like a sandy environment, et cetera, et cetera. So that's a huge topic, and how to go to the bathroom and hygiene and all that stuff, right? And then, of course, if we are in areas where we want to have fires, then that's another principle. How do you make a fire without making impact? We don't need to have a fire ring in order to have a nice fire. We can do a fire down on the beach in the sand and then scatter the ashes into the ocean and the fine sand so we don't leave any scars. There are other techniques for that too, of course. Another leave no trace principle is to respect the wildlife and other visitors in the area. How do we walk on the trail? What do we do if we meet someone? Do we step down trail or uphill if we meet horsepackers? Do we need to be loud on the trail? If we're in bear country, maybe. But do we have to sing and do camp cheers the whole time and make noises, which could be very disturbing for other people, including people in our group who is there for the peace, rather than hearing me singing Kumbaya at the top of my lungs. So leave no trace is also just living out there and start to feel that respect and connection with the environment we're enjoying. And then, of course, no one wants to harm what you love.
Context matters. Dialogue is important. The context for this clip is a podcast episode. You can access that conversation at the link in the description. If you are interested in similar content, follow us on our platforms. If you would like to support us in creating content, you can contribute by giving us your feedback or support. You will also find links to these in the description. Thank you for stopping by.